Okay, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Pantry Party Show. Here's what we're doing. We're adding creativity and lightness in a pretty challenging time in our kitchens, right? Today we have a very special guest at Kerrigan's. She's a real gal pal of mine, and she's going to be a blast. Cannot wait to get this episode started. All right, everybody, it's time. It's the Pantry Party Show with your host at DJ Blattner, me. We have an actual real gal pal of mine coming on today who is known best, I believe, for her dining out. So it's going to be an exciting time to see what somebody who tends not to cook very much at home is doing when we're in quarantine. She has great ideas on her Instagram. Her handle is at Kerrigan's, and she's with us right now. Let's get her in here. Oh, Kerrigan's. Oh, I almost forgot, you guys. Kerrigan's, welcome to the Pantry Party Show, girl.
Excited to be here.
Well, here's what I have to tell you, is I'm wearing the lipstick that you recommended for me.
You know, I noticed it on, were you wearing it yesterday?
Yeah, I was practicing yesterday. I was practicing yesterday. I wore it with like a pink blush. Today I was like, well, maybe I'll do a whole orange face.
Which you know I prefer. I prefer when it all kind of blends more in the same zone of color than the conflicting colors that you sometimes do. You can't see what I'm wearing. Wait, look what I'm wearing. You can't see it.
I can't see. Wait, I can't hear you as good as I would like, or as well as I would like.
You can't hear me?
Oh, you know what? Here's why. User error. I just have to put my volume up.
Okay. I was showing my T-shirt.
What does it say?
New York
City.
Just wanted you to see that.
Okay, so you dressed for me like that. I had on that outfit, that horrible stripe outfit that you hate. I was like, I'm going to wear this because I know she hates it. But I decided to wear black for the New Yorker.
Thank you. Yeah. And my husband said, why wasn't I dressing up? I'm like, what do you mean?
I love it.
We're in a pandemic. Okay? This is as far dressed up as I get right now. So
I love it. Hey, Kerrigan's, at Kerrigan's. Thank you for making time in your podcast schedule to be a part of the Pantry Party Show. I put in your bio that you are not only the author of The Small Change Diet, which we all know and love, but also you want to talk a little bit about this new fabulous podcast?
Have you listened to it?
Okay, here's the thing. You know, girl, here's the thing. You know, I don't lean as much to the podcast realm as I would like.
Okay.
I am too busy ingesting television at all times.
I get it. And I just asked that because it's funny. Some people say, oh my God, it's so good. I mean, I love doing it and I want you to listen. Okay, because I think you will enjoy it. You'll basically feel like you're sitting with me, like a friend of mine said, like she's having a cup of coffee. Or like she feels like she's having a martini. It was kind of the thing like you hear my voice. And basically what I'm doing is, talking about the no BS stuff that I like to talk about. And some of the stuff you and I will not agree on.
Bonnie Tal Dix is giving it a smiley face. It is true that we are a good example, I believe, at the heart of things, we are in love and we have the same birthday. But we also, yes, disagree on many, many nutrition topics.
Right. Yeah, like I'm going to actually, my next episode will be covering collagen. Okay, just saying. All right, yep. And I am not putting it in my coffee in the morning like I think you put it in your tea. So.
Yeah, I kind of go. But here's, if everybody understands, I put it in the bio that I put on the post today. It's the Kerry Report. This is the podcast. And the real tagline here is the no-nonsense, straightforward, sometimes controversial nutrition show. I mean, that's really what it is. And you know what, Kerry, I've always loved this for you because it's back on the days where you would go on like the Dr. Oz show and you'd go on all these things and you would be confident and brave and talk about your science-based opinion. Right. Even if you had haters amongst you, you are one of the bravest dietitians I know.
Thank you. Compliments will get you everywhere.
I'm serious, though. It's hard.
Yeah, but thank you.
And in the national stage, like, you know, it's like one thing to have opinions, but it's another thing to have opinions and stand up for them on a national stage. And you do that. So this Kerry Report podcast is just a continuation of everything you've always done.
Right, because I have a newsletter that I've had for a couple of years called the Kerry Report.
Yeah, you got a lot of thumbs up. You got some dietitians on here giving you a thumbs up on that.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah, very good. So one of the exciting things about having you on the Pantry Party Show is that I tend not to think of you as somebody who has a lot of solutions in the kitchen, because I always think of you as being the one who is the most savvy dietitian about dining out and cocktailing and yoga.
Right. All of those. But the thing is, I do cook. Okay. I always have to like defend it. I know. It's like mind blowing. I know. I actually cook, but it's like I do it very simple. Even though I will admit during these days I've gotten a little fancy for me, meaning it's not just putting an egg on something. Okay. I know that's like always mind blowing. I've been a little more creative these days. I'm like, why not?
Well, and here's what I think is so valuable about having you on is I think most people, I mean, honestly, most people are not looking forward to cooking every single meal for weeks on end, right? So it's like, who is out there who's saying, okay, just stir some hummus in it and you've got a meal? Like, that's true.
Isn't that genius? Right. A little hummus goes a long way. People, well, you know, there are certain things, like I posted yesterday a picture that I did salmon, literally just with olive oil, salt, and pepper. I mean, why does it have to get, I know, I don't know who thought of that ingenious idea. Why does it have to become so complicated? I do not want to spend hours in the kitchen. Like you said earlier, you're not listening to podcasts because you're watching TV. I'm like, yeah, all right, I have a TV to get to. I have binge watching to do. Before that, I have happy hours. I don't need to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So I try to come up with things that will taste good, be nutritious most of the time, not 100%
Well, you're coming
of the time.
in and out a little bit. Hey, and we got some claps from Power Girls. Let's see, Sport Miss. What is that handle? That's a fun handle. And I love all the cryings of laugh. Wait, so you were coming in and out a little bit, but can I just give you a paraphrase of honestly what I think is what my lesson is today, even before we get into the real deep of the Pantry Show, is keeping it simple. Like I do think I can complicate things myself. It's like I say, oh, I'm so simple. I'm so simple. Am I though? Like, you know, if I was really being pushed to it, I mean, you are the winner of simplicity. So can we see in your pantry and get some Kerrigan simple tips? But here's what I got to tell you. Each episode, this is sort of like a challenge, I guess. Each episode has its own title. So there's like the popover episode, or there is yesterday was the sushi salad episode. So we need to get good ideas, but then at the end we're gonna call your episode something.
Okay, could we call it like how to make something out of nothing?
Oh shoot, I feel like you're coming in and out. Go to your pantry or whatever, and so maybe your connection will get better.
Okay. All right, we're going into the pantry.
Oh yes, it's better.
Okay.
Look at you.
And this is as full it has ever been. Okay? I mean, what do we have? We have some almonds, some canned tuna, some basics. We have a couple of jars. I don't know if you can see.
Wait, are you guys all having trouble hearing Carrie too? Is coming in and out, or is that me? Could you, you guys who are watching, could you give me a little, like, I don't know, a little comments about if you're having trouble hearing Carrie? Try again, Carrie. Let's see if we can hear you.
Okay. I mean, if I'm coming in and out. All right. I'm showing you inside what we have, which is
good.
Usually
so
not as much.
She's good. I can hear her just fine.
Okay.
Everybody's saying they can hear you just fine. Maybe I just need to clean out my ears. Is that what you guys are saying?
Yes, maybe it's you, DJ.
All right. We got group consensus. It's me. So are you saying this is as full as your cabinet has always been?
No, this is stuffed. This is a little bit more because I have extra jars of things. Like I don't usually have more than one peanut butter. I have a couple of them. I have actually 4, which is unusual. I have 3 cans of different beans. I always have extra olives for my martinis. I always have plenty of pasta. I always have tuna. Yeah, that's about what's in shop.
You guys, I'm having.
All right, I think everyone's going to get tired of just staring at the same frame.
Oh, here's the thing.
What?
I think I just got you.
Now
the
you
problem.
did?
Everyone else could hear you. I couldn't. So then I started experimenting on my end. And guess what I did? I laid back. So instead of being panicked about this, I was like, girl, just take your phone off the tripod, lay back.
Okay. And it worked.
And it worked. So now I'm laying back. I'm chilling out. Could you paraphrase that? What just happened?
Okay. To recap, what just happened in my pantry. It had more food than it usually does, but probably not as much as most people during quarantine. It had beans, because it always does. It had a couple of cans of tuna, maybe one more than usual. It had some peanut butter. It had lots of pasta, because it always has pasta. It had extra olives, because not for eating, but for cocktails. And that was it.
It's good. Thanks for the synopsis, and thanks for bringing.
And now let's go into the refrigerator, shall we?
Oh, hey, you know what? I will never turn down a visit to anybody's pantry, fridge, or freezer. Oh, look at that!
Isn't it so crowded?
Well, here's what we know. Carrie Gans did not panic buy groceries. She did not panic buy.
I did not panic buy, and I want you to know what's even been happening. The other day, I'll show you my freezer, okay? This is where there's the panic buy, okay? Not for me, for my husband. Okay, so he needs these popsicles, okay? He's obsessed with these popsicles. I'm much more concerned about the vodka. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, wait. Anyway. Yeah, there you go. You know what? So no matter pandemic or not, that woman is not going to take up vodka space in that freezer. I love it.
I did for a moment, and then it was able to find its way back in. But my husband's obsessed with his pops. So I had to go out, because every time I've been ordering online, they don't deliver the pops. So I had to go to the store to get him pops.
Okay, good wife. I love that. But the other thing I think that does bring up is that, yes, we are living through a quarantine and pandemic, but it doesn't mean you can't have goodies and treats and craving things around. I think a lot of people bought all like the canned beans and like acted like they're in prison, you know, and like not eating anything fun.
I bought a chocolate bar.
Yes.
Which I then can, believe it or not, I'm weird, do little squares. And I really don't like my husband to take any of my little squares. I only have so many. Okay.
Just so we know, we're going to talk about control freaks and hoarding on a different episode. Okay.
That'll be another episode. But I just want to make my point about the pops. So I go to the store to get him his pops. He was out of them. There were 3 boxes left. What did I do? Did I buy all 3?
Yes.
No. I wanted to leave one for somebody else. What if that person had the same need for pops? I left one behind. So I come home, my husband's like, how many pops were there? I'm like, there were 3. He's like, so you bought 3? I'm like, no, I bought 2.
Okay, so what you are telling us is that your namaste yoga practice of being connected with the universe and yourself really paid off in the popsicle department.
It has transcended into the supermarket. I do not hoard. When it says take 1 toilet paper roll, I take 1. Okay.
Look at that. She is not breaking any of the panic buying rules. Hey, you know what? Speaking of yoga and namaste, are you teaching these days?
Yes. I've been doing a Zoom class with more or less with my bestie yoga people, because I do somewhat of an advanced practice. So it depends upon who joins the class. I mean, there's been besties who have joined, but I know that they're an advanced practitioner. So DJ, if you want to join one day for the challenge, I mean, I know you're busy doing all your other crazy things that you're doing, your jumping rope or your dance
I've got 2 major things I do. 1, dancing, learning TikTok videos. 2, learning jump rope and jump rope tricks. So anyway.
You don't have time. If you had time, then possibly.
Question for you. Have you thought about doing a Zoom for non-besties, like more of a beginner style? So all of us dietitians who don't usually go to your class could go to like a intro to Carrie Gann's class?
It could be a possibility. Yeah, something to think about. If there's an interest.
Oh my gosh. I think we can rally some troops on this, because I would love to take a mini class, but like more for beginners who, you know, I've got no, like, and by the way, hey, you know, as I was prepping for this interview, this Pantry Party show, I really have a very renewed sense of appreciation of your Instagram feed. So if you guys haven't checked out at Carrie Gans, you have some great yoga moves on there, and it looks beautiful on the grid, like very simple food, very cool yoga moves. I'm like, yeah, you have a great feed.
Jay, coming from you, DJ. I mean, this creativity of the universe.
I'll take that.
I know you will.
Well, so all right. So what are we going to make? So if Kara Gans was going to give us sort of a pantry party assignment or something that like a lot of us may have on hand that is like a specialty that you've been making lately, do you have a recommendation for us? Like what would be the Kara Gans pantry party advice?
I have 2 ideas.
Oh, okay.
Okay. One is I'll just briefly tell you what I was planning on making tonight.
Oh, okay.
So tonight I took out of the freezer, and let's hope it's defrosted in time. It might not be. Just 1 hamburger patty. Okay. So what I do, and there are 2 of us in the house.
It's like your husband. Is like, do not eat a square of chocolate, and this is the 1 hamburger patty we're splitting tonight.
Exactly. No, he's actually lost weight during the pandemic because I'm home all the time. Yep. Usually I go out for dinner and he's ordering in. So the poor man's losing weight. Okay. Anyway, 1 hamburger patty because I'm going to mix it with black beans.
Oh.
So I'm going to make a bolognese because to me, everything goes well on pasta. Okay. So I'm going to take that 1 patty. Well, first I'm going to saute onion and garlic.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add the chopped meat. Okay. And then the tomato sauce. And then the beans. And then, oh no, I'm taking it back. I also have some Brussels sprouts, so I'm going to saute those up first. I feel Brussels sprouts go in everything.
Sarah's saying hello. Hey, Sarah.
The tip is to do everything in try to in 1 pot.
Okay, so I love the advice of doing everything in 1 pot. Here is where you lose me and I need your inspiration. I just don't feel like black beans and Brussels sprouts go with this.
Okay. Brussels sprouts.
Tell me, like, how does that work?
Because Brussels sprouts go with everything.
Okay. Okay. So, like, just
you slice them, you saute them. My husband does not. If I told him I was making Brussels sprouts for dinner, he would say, I don't like Brussels sprouts. So tip to everybody, your husbands don't know what they like or what they don't like. You know what? If you're in the kitchen, you take control. So the Brussels sprouts, once they're sauteed in garlic and oil, I mean, everything sauteed in garlic and oil, a little salt and pepper, tastes amazing. So and then with the beans and the chopped meat and the tomato sauce, you just got a whole bolognese thing going on. And I also seem to throw in a lot of frozen peas. I don't know. Haven't been in the house.
Here's the lesson. Here's the lesson. I honestly, if I got to tell you, I'm open-minded to learning. 1, it's your post yesterday that is still resonating with everything you're saying. It's like, okay, keeping it simple literally means olive oil, salt, pepper, maybe some garlic, like you're saying, right? I love that. It's not like I have to go every single day into my spice cabinet and create the most amazing concoction. So keeping it simple with that, I think is good. The other thing is get out of your own way, DJ Blattner. Not everything has to like go in your mind. If you have it, why not try peas and Brussels sprouts and black beans
mixed together with chocolate?
It's open-minded about what foods go with what foods. I feel like that would help me a lot. Now I feel like she's a little bit, is anyone else watching me and having trouble seeing Carrie, or is this my problem again? I mean, tell me what you've got, people. Tell me what you've got. Beginning of her pasta dish. Oh, Carrie Gans left. What kind of beans? She's putting black beans with this. I am telling you, this feels very mishmash to me, but I love the idea, again, of being more open-minded. Okay, so Carrie's coming back. I guess she left just to, like, you know, gather her thoughts. But I really do like her idea.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, good. I was asking if it was me again. I was like, oh, I just better lay back again and see if it works. All right. So anyway, I was saying, I thank you for making me stay open-minded for what things go.
Wait, sorry, Dawn, are you seeing me correctly? Because it's saying we're having trouble loading this video.
No, I see you great. And Bonnie Top Dix is giving us a check mark, and Michelle Dudash just joined. And Michelle Dudash, I would like Michelle to weigh in on this.
What do you hear of my creation? Okay, no, the message here is it also doesn't have to be this beautiful, pretty picture either. Okay, I think we have to get away from the idea that in order for food to taste good, it has to look good.
That is just so you know, there are like core guiding principles that I live by. And that's like a core guiding principle. And I love it. You know what? We need thought leaders that are thinking differently.
I'm starting a whole new trend.
I'm sorry. Do you know that I started an Instagram hashtag a while ago called #RealAF, and they were the ugliest pictures ever. They were of like real food, right? Not pretty stuff, whatever. And nobody followed it. Nobody looked or liked my pictures ever when they were real AF. So Michelle Dudash, listen, while she's getting back in, this is, and Bonnie Top Dick said it doesn't hurt. Wait, what were you saying that too? Anyway, if you're still there, Michelle Dudash, this is what she's got going. She's got one hamburger patty mashed up with black beans, Brussels sprouts, peas, and pasta sauce going on. Spaghetti. And all stirred up. Okay, so what I can't, I'm dying. I'm dying over here. I can't stop. What do you think, Michelle? Oh God, we'll go into it. Yeah, I guess I'm judgier than I thought with like what goes with food. But anyways, I do like that, you know, Carrie Gans is helping us see that you can put stuff together you might not think goes together. And her new theme is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Oh my God. I am dying. Oh my God. The taste combo works though. All right. Well, that's great. Thanks for giving me a sign off because I am dying. I just did not think that goes at all. Carrie said she had 2 ideas for us though. So that was one of her ideas. Can you put your face mask over your eyes? I know. I'm dying over here. Hey, so if Carrie doesn't come back, Bonnie, why don't you come on in? Why don't you request to be in here so that we can have a second idea because I am not sold initially on that. But maybe what the episode will be if Carrie does not come back is it will be known as the salt, pepper, olive oil episode. That anything that you do, like even Brussels sprouts, if you do that, they'll taste good. Are those your real lashes? Yes, they are, but they're chemically enhanced. I love Martha. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you know Martha Stewart food photos are terrible. So she may be onto something. Are they really? I didn't know that. I'm in my PJs, but I'll be back next week, DJ. All right, fine. That's great. Anyway, okay. So here's what I want to do. I just want to give her a couple more minutes because I am dying to know her second idea. And I'm not laughing as much out of judging as it is just, it's fun to think about, honestly. It's fun to think about putting a mishmash together. Oh, I see Michelle Dudash says, at least they used to be not super pretty. Well, anyway, like I said, I started that real AF hashtag with pictures that were ugly and nobody liked them. I thought I was like cutting edge and everyone's gonna be like, good for you, girl. We like your picture and we appreciate you being more authentic and real. And people were like, it's the trash can. It's garbage. So anyway, never know. So if this is true, and I was really hoping that Carrie would give us also her martini recipe because what's so great about her is that she has that daily ritual of a martini, which I feel like is beautiful, right? It sort of transitions from the hecticness of the day into being more mindful. So she uses things like, you know, yoga practice to stay more mindful, but also that's like an environmental prompt or cue to get into more of the relaxing part of your day rather than like eating super rushed because you're super stressed out at work. She has sort of that like cutoff point with a martini, which I appreciate. Taste rules, but it's nice to have a visually pleasing plate too. Yeah, BTD, Body Topics, I agree. I've really never heard somebody publicly say, you know, that it doesn't matter what it looks like. It just caught me off guard. And I do enjoy the vibe of it though, right? It's like sort of like, you know, I guess it's sort of how like cooking shows were, right? Where it's like there's a cooking show and you watch it and it's elaborate and it was more for like entertainment. You would really actually make a lot of those recipes. And this is like, this is realistic, everyday Carrie Gann's living. Hey, BTD, while I'm on the phone, will you text her and see what's up if she's coming back? I mean, I can always end it and pick it back up, but I don't wanna. See if she's coming back. Until then, I can tell you about my dinner yesterday, and it's a good rule of thumb. And I'm gonna do this for about another 90 seconds or so, and otherwise we're gonna close the Carrie Gann's episode. But here's what was for dinner yesterday in my household. So it was our last day of having fresh salad still available until the next time we go to the grocery store. And so we did all of our salad accoutrements that we had left. So we had some baby spinach in there. We had a pack of like one of those super cal salads together. We had leftover fennel. I don't know if you saw my post from Tuesday all about the fennel that we've been eating and I'm loving. Put that in the salad, whatever. So we made this great big green salad. And it's like, no, that's not where we stopped, people. It's like snooze fest with that salad. Accoutrements. Thank you, Michelle Dudash, for understanding my vocabulary is SAT worthy, right? SAT worthy. So anyway, we did that salad, and then a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, salads are so boring. I don't feel like eating a salad." Well, guess what we put on our salad? We put on onion ring croutons, aka we put on onion rings on top, and then Chris, my husband, who's at Urban Bourbonist, he grilled some steak. So we had some steak, we had some onion rings, and then like a big salad. It was so great. So when people say they don't like salads, I say, you don't know how to make them. You don't know how to make them. I'll teach you how to make them. Plus the other thing is it was a good chopped up mix. It wasn't like huge pieces of lettuce, which I think is great. So anyway, today, I don't know what that is. My mom served it beautifully. Tastes yummy. Is that like a bean dish? I don't know. I'm not sure. I've been adding popcorn to soup. BTD, that's a fun idea. That's a very fun idea. Popcorn to soup makes a lot of sense, actually, right? Huh, I love that. Because you know why? Because it's like you're looking for something carby to eat with a soup, right? And most people will have like a big thing of bread on the side, which is fine. But what if you just want like a quick lunch soup and you want something carby? Boom, right there. Oh, BTD, thank you for checking in with her that her video is not loading. Well, it's no big deal because at the end of the day, we have great tips from Carrie Gann's anyway. Salad dressing on that was, I think the lemon garlic one from Tessemae. That's one, I use that one a lot. I know I could make it myself, but it's just so fun to open the bottle and then pour it. Oh my God, I just love the ease of that. Okay, so our guest at Carrie Gann's, that's her handle. Her video is not loading, but we did get to see in her pantry and we did get some tips, which I'll summarize. But I wanted to see, Michelle Dudash said something. My husband resolved to eat a salad every day since January 1st. Well, how's he doing? That's exciting. I did a project back before blogging was a thing. Hey, BTD, you remember these days. It was at, we were blogging before it was called blogging for USA Today. And I did, my blog was the Salad 365 project. I still own that domain name of websites, Salad 365. And man, when you're doing a salad every day, you sure have to be creative. How's he doing with that, Michelle? Well, I mean, I'm sure he has you as a wife, so I'm sure he's doing well. Yeah, BTD. Oh, now I'm eating them with him. Amazing. Oh, that's great, girl. I did videos for them in the supermarket. Oh, yeah, USA Today. Exactly. I did some videos for them, too. We were doing vlogging and blogging before it was a thing. I mean, hey, what can you say? Hey, what can you say? All right, so fine. Here's the scoop. I'm going to wrap this up. It's time anyways. I like these to be 20 to 30 minutes. And they're mostly 30 minutes plus. But anyway, here's the wrap of the Pantry Party Show today. We had guest at Carrie Gans with us. She's the author of The Small Change Diet, and she's a yoga instructor. I've tried to peer pressure her into doing some yoga classes for basic beginners. That would be me, okay? So at Carrie Gans was on, she has started a new podcast called The Carrie Report, which is very much her style of nutrition. She's going to be talking about on her podcast, she has already compiled, I don't know, maybe close to 10 episodes. I don't even know, five to 10 already. The Carrie Report is no nonsense, straightforward, and sometimes controversial insights about nutrition trends and topics. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely do. If you haven't checked out at Carrie Gans's page on Instagram, it's beautiful. She does some beautiful posing, and her food, very simple, but actually it's actually pretty. You carry a show on your own too. Great job. Yeah, hey, Michelle Dudash, thanks very much. I appreciate the nod. We do want to thank Carrie Gans because she gave us a great 2 ideas, I'm going to say. I'm going to call this episode the salt, pepper, and olive oil episode because that is the greatest rule of thumb. Things don't have to be complicated. You can use those 3 things and make things taste good simply. I think that's really the name of this show. But then following up on sort of our bonus lesson is anything tastes great on pasta. Don't have such a set mindset about what goes with what. Be creative, throw things together, and at the end of the day, even if it doesn't look super pretty, slow down, enjoy your food, be grateful. Namaste. So thank you, Carrie Gans, for being a fabulous guest on the Pantry Party Show. Even though you were MIA most of the time, you did give me a great belly laugh. And thank you all for watching. Michelle Dudash, Brian Tom Dix for intervening and giving this some good energy. I appreciate it so much. We do have a very fun guest scheduled for tomorrow. We're having Carolyn O'Neill tomorrow at noon Central Time on the Pantry Party Show. So until next time, I'll give you a little namaste, sending big immunity vibes, love, and lots of kisses. Bye, guys.